We are continuing our walking tour of the Old Quarter of Hanoi in Vietnam, one of the most fascinating places you could ever explore. We're being led on